Hello, my dear friends, and welcome to Timeless Wisdom. Have you ever looked around your home and thought, how did I collect so much stuff? Well, you're not alone. As we age, it's natural for our homes to fill up with memories, keepsakes, and yes, a bit of clutter too. But let me tell you, decluttering isn't just about having a tidier house. It's about creating a space that feels safe, comfortable, and truly yours. A home where every step feels steady, every corner brings peace, and every room reflects your beautiful story. 20 items to declutter, gentle guide. In today's video, I'll walk you through 20 common items you no longer need, but I'll do it with a gentle touch, like a friend guiding you through each step. You'll discover practical tips that make letting go easy, meaningful, and even a little fun. So, grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's get started. And before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our Timeless Wisdom family. Together, we're creating homes that are filled with comfort and joy, one little step at a time. Let's do this. 1. Mystery items, UFOs. Let's talk about those mystery items lying around. All right, let's start with something we all have, those little mystery items scattered around the house. I like to call them unidentified floating objects, or UFOs. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe it's a plastic lid with no matching container, a key you can't remember the purpose of, or some random piece of hardware you found in the junk drawer. Now let's be honest. How long have they been sitting there? Months? Years? Most of the time we keep these things because we think, what if I need it someday? But the truth is, if you haven't touched it by now, chances are you never will. Letting go of these items frees up space, and more importantly, reduces that mental clutter we seniors know all too well. So here's my challenge. Pick up one of those UFOs today and ask yourself, do I really need this? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. You'll feel lighter already. 2. Empty containers. Let's move on to something that I'm sure many of us can relate to. Empty jars and containers. You know, those sturdy yogurt tubs, pretty glass jars, or plastic containers we hold on to thinking, this might be useful someday. It's a habit that comes from years of wanting to save and reuse, which is a great mindset. But here's the thing. How often do we actually put them to good use? If your cabinets are overflowing, or you find yourself struggling to close a drawer because of all those saved containers, it's time to take a step back. Keep just a handful, the ones you genuinely use for leftovers or small storage, and recycle or donate the rest. Your kitchen will instantly feel more organized, and you'll have an easier time finding the items you truly need. Let me tell you, nothing feels better than opening a clean, uncluttered cabinet. So why not start today? Pick a container you haven't touched in months and let it go. Your future self will thank you. 3rd closet. Clean out clothes you haven't worn in years. Now, let's take a little stroll into your closet. Be honest with me. How many dresses, shirts, or coats are hanging in there that you haven't worn in years? Maybe they don't fit quite like they used to. They're not your style anymore, or they just feel a little too fussy for everyday life. Sound familiar? Here's the good news. You don't need to hold on to every piece just in case. Keep a few key outfits for special occasions, a favourite dress for church, a cosy sweater for family dinners, or that one coat that still makes you feel fabulous. But the rest, it's time to let them go. Donating these items not only clears your closet, but also helps someone else who might really need them. And with a simpler wardrobe, it's so much easier to find something you actually want to wear. Trust me, every time you open that refreshed closet, you'll feel lighter and more at ease. So go ahead, pull out one item today that hasn't seen the light of day in years, and give it a new life. You've got this. 4. Is your furniture still safe and supportive? Now let's take a moment to look around your living space. Do you have a wobbly chair, a sagging couch, or a meeting table with an unsteady leg? I know these pieces might hold sentimental value. They might have been around for decades or remind you of loved ones. But here's the thing. As we get older, our homes need to be as safe as they are comfortable. That wobbly chair might seem harmless, but it could lead to an unnecessary fall. A sagging couch might feel familiar, but if it's not supporting your back properly, it's not doing you any favours. If you've noticed that a piece of furniture is no longer safe or comfortable, it's time to make a change. If the item is still usable, consider donating it to someone who can give it a second life. If not, replace it with something that better suits your needs. Now something sturdy, supportive, and easy to use. Your home should make you feel secure, not worried. Take a look around today and think about what's really serving you and what might need an upgrade. Your comfort and safety are worth it. The paper pile-up, old papers and magazines. Let me ask you, how many piles of old papers, newspapers or magazines are quietly gathering dust in your home? Be honest. Maybe you've been saving that stack of magazines because you thought you'd read them someday. Or perhaps those old receipts felt too important to toss. The reality is, most of us don't go back to these piles once they start building up. They take up space, create clutter, and make it harder to find the papers we truly need. Here's a tip. Go through your stacks and decide what's worth keeping. Sentimental papers. Put them in a small organised file. Important documents. Consider digitising them for easy access. The rest, newspapers, junk mail, outdated magazines, can be recycled, guilt-free. Trust me, there's nothing quite like clearing off a cluttered surface and seeing it clean and open again. So grab one pile today and tackle it. You'll feel a weight lifted off your shoulders. The kitchen gadget dilemma. Duplicates. You don't use. Let's head into the kitchen for a moment. Now be honest, how many extra gadgets do you have hiding in your cupboards? Maybe it's a second coffee maker, an old toaster, or a waffle iron you haven't touched in years. We often keep these items just in case, but let's ask ourselves, how often do we actually use them? The truth is, having duplicates or unused appliances only takes up precious cabinet space and makes it harder to find the things you actually use. Here's my advice. Pick one reliable version of each appliance. If you've got 2 coffee makers, keep the one you love and let the other one go. The same goes for any extra blenders, toasters, or slow cookers collecting dust. Consider donating these extras to someone who might truly need them. It feels good to share, and your kitchen will feel so much lighter and easier to navigate. Why not take a peek into your cupboards today and see if there's one gadget you're ready to let go of? It's a small step with a big impact. 7. Time to say goodbye to broken or unused electronics. Now let's talk about those old electronics. Radios, VCRs, or even cell phones that might still be hiding in a drawer or tucked away in the garage. Sound familiar? Maybe you've been holding on to them, thinking you might fix them someday or use them again. But the truth is, if they've been sitting untouched for months or even years, it's probably time to let them go. For us seniors, clearing out these unused gadgets does more than just free up space. It also makes it easier to find the things we actually use, like the TV remote or a favourite music player. And don't forget, electronics need to be disposed of properly. Many local recycling programs or electronic waste centres can help you safely recycle these items without harming the environment. So today's challenge, find one old electronic item you no longer use and take the first step to get it out of your home. A clearer space and a clearer mind are just around the corner. Step into safety, worn-out shoes or slippers. Let's take a look at something we use every single day, our shoes and slippers. As we get older, supportive and comfortable footwear becomes more than just a convenience. It's essential for our safety and well-being. But how many of us are holding on to worn-out pairs that no longer provide the support we need? Those old shoes might feel familiar, but if they've lost their cushioning or have uneven soles, they could actually increase your risk of slipping or falling. And we definitely don't want that. Here's what you can do. Donate gently used pairs that are still in good condition and replace the worn-out ones with shoes that are sturdy and supportive. Look for options with non-slip soles and a snug, comfortable fit. Trust me, walking around in the right shoes isn't just safer, it's a whole lot more enjoyable. So take a moment today, check your footwear, and treat your feet to the care they deserve. 9. Unused craft supplies. Now, let's wander into the realm of hobbies and crafts. Be honest. Do you have a box of yarn, paints, or quilting fabric that's been sitting untouched for years? Maybe you started a project with the best intentions, but life got busy, or your interest changed along the way. Here's the thing. Hobbies are meant to bring us joy, not guilt. If you haven't touched that unfinished quilt or those paints in a long time, it's okay to let them go. Passing these supplies onto a community group, a friend or a neighbour who can use them will free up your space and your mind. Think of it this way. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means making room for activities and projects that excite you now, not ones that feel like a chore. So today, take a look at your crafting corner or hobby shelf and pick one thing to pass along. It's a simple step toward a more joyful home. 10. Expired medications. Let's head to the medicine cabinet. If you're like most of us, there's probably a bottle or two of pills in there that are past their expiration date. Maybe it's a pain reliever you haven't used in years, or a prescription that's long since been replaced. Expired medications don't just take up space, they can also be unsafe to use. It's a good idea to check your medicine cabinet regularly and clear out anything that's no longer effective or needed. But here's an important tip. Don't toss medications in the trash or flush them down the toilet. Many pharmacies and local community centres have safe disposal programs so you can get rid of them without harming the environment. A tidy, up-to-date medicine cabinet not only makes your home feel more organised, but it also ensures you're only keeping what's truly safe and helpful. Why not take a few minutes today to give it a quick review? You'll feel good knowing everything in there is ready to serve you when you need it. 11. Excess linens. Let's take a peek into the linen closet. Is it packed with more blankets, sheets, or comforters than you could possibly need? Over the years, it's easy to collect extras, but do you really use all of them? Most of us only need a few sets for ourselves and maybe a couple for guests. Here's my advice. Keep the ones that are in good condition and actually use, then donate or repurpose the rest. Local shelters or charities often welcome gently used bedding. A tidy linen closet means less rummaging and more space for the essentials. Plus, it feels so good to open a neatly organised shelf. 12. Too many decorations. Now, let's talk about those decorations. Vases, figurines, and little trinkets that might have made their way onto every shelf, table, and windowsill over the years. While they might bring back memories, too many can make cleaning a challenge and create unnecessary clutter. Take a moment to look at each piece and ask yourself, does this still make me happy? Keep the ones that truly bring you joy and fit your space, and let go of the rest. Maybe pass some along to family members or donate them so others can enjoy their charm. With fewer decorations, your home will feel more open and dusting will become a whole lot easier. 13. Unsafe Cookware. Now, let's take a closer look at your kitchen cookware. Do you have non-stick pans with scratches, pots with wobbly handles, or baking sheets that have seen better days? While these items might still seem usable, they could actually be unsafe, especially if scratch coatings or broken handles make cooking harder than it should be. Cooking is meant to be enjoyable, not risky. Treat yourself to cookware that's in good condition and easy to use. Keep only the pieces you rely on regularly and replace any that are past their prime. Many places will even recycle old metal pots and pans, so they don't have to go to waste. Take a quick inventory of your cookware today. Clearing out the worn-out pieces will make your kitchen feel more functional and give you the confidence to whip up your favourite recipes with ease. 14. Unnecessary spare parts. Let's move on to those little odds and ends. Random screws, bolts, or spare parts from furniture and appliances. Be honest, how many of these are sitting in a drawer or a jar somewhere, and you can't even remember what they belong to? It's so easy to hold on to them thinking, I might need this someday. But let's face it, if you haven't needed them by now, you probably never will. Here's my tip. Keep a small, organised box for the screws, nails and parts you use most often, but those unrecognisable or duplicate pieces, it's time to let them go. You'll save yourself the frustration of rummaging through clutter when you're actually looking for something useful. Take a few minutes today to sort through your spare parts and free up that drawer or shelf. A little organisation goes a long way in making your home feel more peaceful and practical. 15th, old damaged towels. Let's take a closer look at those towels in your bathroom or linen closet. Are there any with frayed edges, holes or stains that just don't seem to come out? Over time, even the best towels can wear out, and while they might still be functional, they don't bring the comfort and luxury you deserve. Here's my suggestion. Keep a few high-quality soft towels that you truly enjoy using. The rest, those old, worn-out ones, can be donated to animal shelters or repurposed as cleaning rags. A small collection of fresh, fluffy towels not only saves space, but also feels like a little treat every time you reach for one. Why not take a few minutes today to sort through your towels? It's a simple way to bring a bit of comfort and ease into your everyday life. You'll be glad you did. 16. Outdated manuals. Toss those outdated technology manuals. Let's take a quick detour to that drawer or cabinet where old instruction manuals tend to pile up. Do you still have the manual for a microwave or TV you don't even own anymore? These outdated papers take up valuable space and are rarely used. The good news, most manuals are available online these days, so there's no need to hang on to the physical copies. Take a few minutes to sort through those papers, recycle the ones for items you no longer own or don't need instructions for. Keeping your space paper-free and organised is a small but impactful way to simplify your life. 17. Letting go of gifts. You don't use. Now let's talk about something a bit trickier. Gifts you have been holding on to but never actually use. Maybe it's a vase, a decorative item, or a gadget that's been collecting dust. It's common to feel guilty about letting go of gifts, but here's the truth. A gift has already served its purpose by being given with love. If it's not adding value or joy to your life, it's okay to let it go. Donate it to someone who will appreciate and use it. Remember, clearing out these items doesn't mean forgetting the person who gave them to you. It means making space for things that truly serve you now. Take one gift today that you don't use and let it find a new home. You'll feel lighter, I promise. 18. Simplify photo frames. Family photos are some of our most treasured possessions. They bring back beautiful memories and keep our loved ones close, even when they're far away. But if your shelves and tables are overflowing with photo frames, it can start to feel a bit overwhelming. Here's a solution. Consider consolidating your photos into a lovely photo album or even a digital frame. This can store all those memories in one place, keeping them accessible without taking up so much physical space. This way, your home feels open and tidy, while your cherished memories remain close at hand. Why not start today by choosing a few favourite frames to keep on display and finding a home for the rest in an album or digital collection? Your space will feel lighter, and those memories will still be just as special. 19. Excessive freebies. Let's talk about those freebies. You know, the mugs, pens, or tote bags you've collected over the years from events, giveaways, or promotions. While some of these items might be useful, it's easy for them to pile up and turn into clutter you don't actually need. Take a moment to ask yourself, how many of these do I really use? Keep a few practical ones, maybe a sturdy tote bag for groceries or a favourite mug for your morning coffee, and let go of the rest. Donate them to a local charity or recycle items that have reached the end of their usefulness. By clearing out the freebies, you'll free up space for the items you truly enjoy and use every day. It's a small change that makes a big difference. 20. Make safety a priority. Hazardous decorations. Finally, let's take a closer look at some of the decorations in your home. Are there slippery rugs that could cause a fall or fragile items perched high on shelves? While these pieces may have sentimental value, they could also pose safety risks. For seniors, a safe home is a cozy hub. Consider replacing slippery rugs with non-slip options or getting rug grips. As for those delicate decorations, think about relocating them to a safer, more accessible spot, or even passing them along to loved ones who can enjoy them. Making these small adjustments creates a home that feels welcoming, secure, and full of peace of mind. Today's challenge: identify one hazardous item and take steps to make your space safer. You'll feel more confident navigating your home every day. Wrapping up, decluttering for seniors. Wrapping up, decluttering as a senior isn't just about getting rid of things. It's about creating a home that truly supports your lifestyle, health, and happiness. It's about making your space easier to navigate, more comforting, and filled with the things that bring you joy. Start small. Pick one area, a drawer, a shelf, or a corner, and take it one step at a time. Remember, it's not about achieving perfection. It's about making progress. Each little step you take brings you closer to a home that feels lighter, safer, and more like the sanctuary you deserve. You've got this. If you found today's guide helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you never miss a video filled with tips to make your home and life better. Let's walk this journey together. See you next time, and happy decluttering.